Did you find students to be differently engaged in courses which were based in a cross-listed discipline, or even just a sociology course, as opposed to just a women's and gender studies course?
So again, in the early 80s, right? The women's studies program at Livingston was shaped in part by a very active student collective. I think they would use the term collective. And they were very Marxist feminist in their commitments. It was, Livingston College itself was a college that had part of its impetus from the race riots in New Jersey in years earlier. And so it had a vocal and dedicated sense that part of the mission of Livingston College be to work towards social justice in all its manifestations. And yet this particular student collective did identify as Marxist feminists. In the early 80s, 1970s, early 80s, in the States and elsewhere, there was a lot of work being done on gender and class, and people active in this collective were part of that.
Did they try to influence course inclusions or faculty hiring or issues of space, or how involved were they in
Totally.
the
They were
program
totally
and courses?
influence. I'll forget if they had formal votes, but they were there along with the faculty. I don't want to say there was no separation, because the faculty had the authority to formally make an appointment and the students didn't, but they had informal power fully, totally. And they knew it. So they worked with faculty on the search committee. They worked with faculty on curriculum revision and proposed courses they wanted to see. And I don't want to say they always had the last word, but they were completely active, completely respected. And if there were, differences of opinion, I can't say the faculty always were the ones who prevailed. It was a very different time.
Yeah, that's incredible. One of my questions had to do with student activists today. And my question was, were student activists vocal contributors on behalf of ongoing struggles faced by the program, or just things that the program had to do with? So I guess the answer was yes. Do you see any kind of parallels between kind of the strength of that activist group on Livingston College and current Rutgers students' efforts to team up with the AAUP AFT in lobbying for their rights, or is it a different situation?
So I think, there are various ways in which students are active on campus, not only through the union, but on work on anti-racism. What happens often is people have informal networks, right? And so, there may be, locations such as the union or other struggles, and people, because of informal ties, often work together in different coalitions towards progressive ends. I mean, it happens in the same way towards conservative ends. I just know less about it.
Yeah.